Oh, Jamaica, Jamaica. Jamaica in a sad state when it comes to certain things. Some people will generalize that one piece of comment that I just said, Jamaica is in a sad state when it comes to certain things. And the only thing they will hear is Jamaica is in a sad state. They never heard when it comes to certain things. And they refuse to put the entire sentence together so it makes sense to them because they only listen to respond with anger, like walking around looking for somebody to argue with every day, instead of actually listening to what's being said and seeing that there is a real problem. One of the biggest problems we have is that Jamaicans don't care about other Jamaicans. We have entered a phase, an era in time where majority of the people, not all, are super selfish. So if it's not about me and mine's, then I don't give a damn about you and yours. And the only time there is a problem is when that problem ends on my doorstep. But you see, if it now reach my doorstep, me not care about it. Welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. Listen and listen carefully. A situation went down the other day where the video has now gone viral on social media with a young man, 21 years old, ran to the door to answer the door of his house. And I said when I saw him run to the door, I made a joke about it. I said, him come in like say the girl where him did invite over, cause you know say you get some today. And you invite her over and she reached the door now. With all enthusiasm and excitement, that young man ran to the door, not knowing that he was running to his death. It was sad to see that the next day when the video was published, that it was actually, it said that he was killed. And I'm here saying to myself, no sir, killed? I can't the person who run to the door get killed. Maybe somebody outside got killed. Lo and behold, it was the young man who ran to the door that actually got killed. Now the saddest part about that is on video you can see him put both hands in the air. The man have two hands in the air. If you slow the video down, if you have the capabilities to do so, or you watch it frame by frame, you can see that he ran to the door with nothing in his hands. You can see that when he got to the door, he raised both hands in the air. And as he raised both hands in the air, that clearly showed he was not a threat. If you watch the video, you can also see where the Jamaica police, who was holding the firearm, the weapon, a long rifle, stepped past him, like swooshed him out the way and stepped past him and entered the residence. Now, if he was that much of a threat, you wouldn't have swooped past him and just entered that residence like that. So, I am siding with the family who has come forward to say that their family member was murdered. And the story that the Jamaica Constabulary Force is giving concerning his death is not the truth. They're not telling the truth because that's not how things happen. There's video in the house. It shows what actually happened, and we don't need a longer video. We do not need a longer video. There are some people out here who are saying, "Cha, may I side with the police them until me get a longer video." Fam, you can look at the video and tell he had nothing in his hand. You can look at the video and tell when he raised both hands, put his hands in the air, he had nothing in his hands. You can look at the video and tell his mannerisms and his demeanor. That's not somebody who's going to confront the police violently in a shootout and has a gun on them. You would barricade yourself behind some kind of something that can stop gunshots from coming back at you. You have a little handgun and the police, them is multiple police out there, 10, 15, 20 of them, and the only thing you have is one little firearm, and you're about to go shoot out with the police, stand up in broad open air. You're about to catch about 100 gunshots all over your body in short order. So it makes no sense. Like I said, his mannerism shows that he went to that door to answer the door thinking either mommy come home and she bring something and me excited, or my little girlfriend I come over and she reach already before everybody reach and me I go get some me excited. He answered the door with enthusiasm, full of life, in a pleasant manner too. and there was absolutely no resistance between the time he pulled that door lock open, realized who it was, threw his hands in the air over his head. He wasn't searching in his pocket. He wasn't reaching around in his clothes as if he might have had something on him. Hands went up over his head straight away. The poor thing probably did there say, what happened, officer? With his hands in the air. And they killed him. They killed him. Now, Jamaican people, what I see, a dangerous trend that is trending on social media. The dangerous trend is when the police them kill and the news media out of Jamaica reports it, they report the police killing right next to the statistics. So they like to tell you that murders are down 71% or 74% this year. And everybody is excited, of course, because we've been wanted the murders to go down in the country. So if it's down 70-something% or 50-something or 40-something%, that's a big jump. I think the correct number is like in the 40s, almost 50% down, right? However, police shootings have increased like 70-something%. I'll get into those numbers in a minute. Stick around. They always put what the police did, the shooting, right next to the statistics. And what that does in the mind and the psyche of the people is, well, the police shootings and killings must be justifiable because it is actually yielding result that we've been wanting to see for years, which is the murder rate go down. But what the people are not seeing is the increase of police killing and the no accountability that comes with them. So when you jump as a Jamaican on social media and you go under these posts and these bad news and you say stuff like, kill more of them, squaddy. Yes, man, clean up the place. Dash them away. Go find all of them friend them and kill them off to now. I am with the police. It sets a bad precedence. Not saying that you shouldn't be with the police, because if you're a law-abiding, tax-paying citizen, you have to be with the police. But on the other hand, we have to understand that there are police officers who are operating in a rogue manner, who are operating outside of proper guidelines, who are killing people, and there is no justification for the manner in which these individuals are being killed. If you stand up over there and talk about, I bet say my dog will come talk about him is a good boy now. Say him is a hard-working boy. Say him is a church-going boy. Him sing pan the choir, man. If that's your response to when a mother is saying, them coming at my house and murder my son, and my son didn't have a gun on him, him never do nothing, he's not involved in anything, he go to work, him come home. If that is your response to a mother saying that every single time, then you are a part of the problem. And guess what? Don't worry. It soon reach your doorstep. You ever hear the saying where said, today for me, tomorrow for you? Yeah, man, it's a real thing. Today for me, tomorrow for you. So today them kill somebody for me. And you rejoice. And me know say my son wasn't no gunman. And me know say in my house them come kill him. And me have video footage say him hold up him hand them in the ear over him head. And them still murder him. And you over there rejoicing with no proof that he's a gunman, telling the police to kill more. It's okay. Today is for me. I will grieve today. I will hurt today. But your day will come too. You have brothers. You have sisters. You have uncle. You have nieces and nephews. You have a father, grandfather. You have mommy. You have family members too that you hold dear too. You have close friends and relatives that you hold dear too. So you're not, and we're all in the same country. So you're not out of it. Your moment is coming too. Now I want you to pay attention to this right here, because this was just released in the Jamaica Gleaner yesterday, pertaining to this same situation. Listen up and listen keenly. Alright, so another dangerous thing that I saw. An advocacy group named JFJ, Jamaicans for Justice. I watched that propaganda machine in Jamaica take JFJ and their message, their call for body cameras and accountability. I watched them take JFJ and turn JFJ into an anti-police group. So now you have these disgruntled police officers from the Jamaica Constabulary Force along with ignorant civilians going around saying that if you side with JFJ, then you are against police officers and you can't be against our good police officers who are cleaning up the country and making it safe for us all. That's a huge problem, because what JFJ is calling for, we here at SouFLoTV been calling for that in Jamaica for 10 years now. Accountability, body cameras on our police officers so that they can continue or start at least to build a better rapport with the public. You know, the same people who are saying that, yes, squaddy, kill more of them. Those are the same people, as soon as they get an interaction with the police, me not trust none of them police, yeah. The whole of them corrupted. All of these people. All of these people. One of the best proof of anything out there, evidence, is a video camera interaction, a body cam. Because when that body cam shows you footage, you have no choice but to say, okay, that is what it was. We have to accept the hard truth there and move along. But we can't keep hearing every day 21-year-old died, Marlon Stevenson of Job Lane and 21st Avenue. He died in a interaction or in a altercation shootout with police. It is said that the police officers went to a certain address to serve a warrant, upon which, entering the premises, they were fired upon, and then they returned fire, and the deceased was found suffering at the back of the building with gunshot wounds. And everybody just go, oh, son shoot after the police and them kill him. Okay, next. Give me one next story. We're done with that one. They bury the boy. Matter of fact, not even give him a good burial. Dash him away. Make crocodile name him. Y'all better start standing together, or you're going to be crying separately a whole lot. Now, here's what I wanted to bring to you that was published in Jamaica Gleaner just yesterday. The headline said, 23 officers, but no body cams in the Clarendon fatal raid. Deceased was not named on the warrant, and this was published September 23rd of 2025. Listen, the Independent Commission of Investigation, or INDECOM, says that none of the 23 officers on the Clarendon raid in which this 22-year-old young man, Jahmar Farguharson, was killed, wore a body cam. 23 officers on an armed raid, and not one of them have a body cam on them. It also revealed that Farguharson, the guy that got killed, he was not named on that search warrant, meaning that's not who they were looking for, even if they had intelligence that somebody who they were looking for at that address was there, or somebody was there or hiding there. That's not who they were looking for. They have no paperwork on him. He is not on the warrant. Now, not once this year has anybody worn a body camera during a planned police operation, said Deputy Commissioner Hamish Campbell yesterday. Not once this year has any of our officers worn a body camera during a planned police operation. Wow. In an update on the September 15th operation at the house on Cherry Tree Lane in Four Parts in Clarendon, we do keep repeating the same message because there is perhaps an example where CCTV evidence does exist, but nobody worn camera would have supported the police and reinforced what they reported to us. No body camera would have supported the police and reinforced what they reported to us. No body camera would have supported them. This is their own leadership talking, because they know that them fucked up, And pardon my language, I won't curse again, but they know that they got this one messed up. Because, read again, it says we do keep repeating the same message. Because here is perhaps an example where CCTV evidence exists. We saw the CCTV evidence from the family. But body-worn camera would have supported the police and reinforced what they report to us. Body-worn camera would not have supported the police and what they reported, because what they reported is contrary to what the CCTV camera from the family, their own independent camera, has told us. Unif stop it. He declined to disclose what the recording shows, but he acknowledged that versions circulating on social media were not time-stamped. I do note that some of the CCTV material I see is circulating on social media, but I'm not going to add to that because it isn't necessary in chronological order. And I noticed that some of it is not timed. So we have to be careful and properly analyze if before discussing further what is shown and what it appears to show. Yeah, okay. And this is when they come with the confusion language. A video circulating online shows Ferguson opening up the door and then putting his hands above his head as police officers entered the house. According to Campbell, the police account is that Ferguson answered the door, allowed the officers inside the house, and was escorted back into the house to his bedroom after the house was cleared. So if y'all cleared the house already, why did you escort him back into his bedroom? He does not need you to escort him back into his bedroom. People, pay attention, because they're not dumb. You have 23 police officers. That house is no big mansion. Them could have tear that house up from floor to ceiling if they were looking for anything. They would have found what they were looking for. They could have took anything they wanted to take. There was no need, after they cleared the house, so to speak, to escort him back into his bedroom. Where you escort the man? He knows where his bedroom is. He does not need your assistance to escort him back to his bedroom. I'm sure he could have found his way back there. According to the police report, after they cleared the house, they allowed officers inside, they cleared the house and escorted him back into his bedroom after the house was cleared. There is where the police are alleging that he reached for a firearm that was hidden among some clothing. Wicked in a blood clot. He reached for a firearm that was hidden among some clothing when y'all escorted him back into the bedroom after searching and clearing the entire house. 2 officers reportedly fired 2 rounds each. So him get 4 shots, fatally wounding him. He said that a .38 revolver was said to have been recovered at the scene. But Campbell also disclosed that the search warrant used by the police, and hear this part, the search warrant used by the police did not bear Ferguson's name on it. So whose name was on it and who did they come for? Instead, it listed another person and it gave only Cherry Tree Lane as an address. It didn't say that particular house. Cherry Tree Lane is an area that have multiple houses. The search warrant they had gave another person's name and it just says Cherry Tree Lane. No, see, what go on? It's definitely a different name. It's not Jahmar Farguharson on the warrant, he said, noting that investigators are probing whether the person named is correct or connected to the premises at all. The absence of body-worn cameras has long been a sticking point between INDECOM and the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Campbell stressed that their consistent use would protect both citizens and officers, especially in controversial cases like this. Now imagine if all those police officers were wearing body cameras. We would have seen him reach in that closet for something and they would have fired. And we could have been saying, damn, he was reaching for a gun, or he was reaching for his wallet, or he was reaching for something. I refuse to believe that a little youth who ran to the door so enthusiastically that had a gun hidden in his room would actually A, open the door, willingly let police in, just like that, without trying to hide that gun. B, After they cleared the house, walk with them, go back to the room where he knows a gun is hidden, and see, reach for the gun in front of 4 armed police officers. Because it's 4 of them escort him into the room. And the room ain't that big. It's cramped quarters at this point, right? It's funny to me how they say the warrant is messed up. They admit that the warrant is messed up. The warrant didn't have his house address on it. The warrant just had the general area, Cherry Tree Lane. The warrant also did not have his name on it. It has a completely different name. So now they're looking to see if that name of that person on the warrant has any connection to the house. Hear me out. When you went there, you searched the house, top to bottom, floor to ceiling, you did not find who was listed on your warrant. That's the bottom line. And the scary part about this is they never admit that they're wrong. That's the scary part. And the even more scary part is the system backs them up when they don't admit that they're wrong. So where does that leave Jamaican people? It leaves them to be slaughtered. And nothing will come out of it. Because a rogue police officer knows that he can kill you and there are no consequences. And he can make up a story about what happens and everybody will go along with just that. Only the family will doubt it. Only the family will grieve. But we don't care about your family. Move right along. That's crazy. The absence of body-worn cameras has long been a sticking point between Jamaica Constabulary Force and INDECOM. Campbell stressed that the consistent use of body camera would protect both the police officers and the citizens, which we've said many times over, which is exactly the message that JFJ, Jamaicans for Justice, are actually saying. So INDECOM is preparing a formal report on the matter by the end of September. The police force, however, has repeatedly rejected suggestions that it is resisting the widespread deployment of these body-worn cameras. They're pointing instead to the gradual build-out of infrastructure and training. They just don't want to wear the camera. Point blank, period. It's either you're going to do it or you're not going to do it. This whole gradual build-out of infrastructure and training is bullshit. It's foolishness. And they know it. And anybody who this is their field of expertise knows it as well. So in November of 2024, National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang downplayed the technology's usefulness in hostile confrontations. He said, it, meaning a body camera worn, it is of very little value. This is your Minister of National Security saying that a body cam worn is of very little value. You don't need to be an expert to understand. You put a camera on your chest, you start shooting at somebody, they start shooting at you, you're going to dive for cover, he said. This is who is running the country. This is who was re-elected. This is who now has a salary of $25 million annually. Chang argued that the primary benefits of body-worn cameras was in maintaining public order, such as the management of street vending. What type of foolishness is that? In the United States of America, body-worn cameras are mandatory for the officers. No officer is worried if he's being shot at and he has to dive and use that as an excuse to, well, you might as well not even wear one. Because if them start shoot after you, you have to dive. I want Chang to show me how many police officers dived when they were being shot at. How many of them dived? Because diving is not even part of training in response to being shot at. But we won't even get too tactical and technical in this video. But let me repeat again what he said. He said, a body-worn cam is of very little value. You don't need to be an expert to understand. You put on a camera on your chest, you start shooting at somebody, they start shooting at you, you're going to dive for cover. This is your Minister of National Security, people. Wow. And the man went further to say that the primary benefit of body-worn cameras was to maintain public order, such as in the management of street vending. Not catch criminal, not justify why you're killing people, but to pressure street vendors. So they can show that when them pop up your stall that you were not in the right zone and you had no permit to be selling stuff vending there. The police force has not publicly commented on this particular incident, which has drawn wide public outrage. A lot of people are saying, where is the Prime Minister now? Jamaica has seen a record decline in murders of more than 40% so far this year, compared with the similar period of previous years. However, rights groups and INDECOM have raised concerns about an increase in the fatal shootings by the security forces, because that increase is nothing normal. An extraordinary increase in the number of fatal shootings this year, with a significant proportion arising out of a planned police operations. Planned police operations, most of these killings are happening in. That sounds like police plan for go kill. This is not my words. This is INDECOM Deputy Commissioner and what his report said on Tuesday. Again, this is not SouFLoTV words. This is what INDECOM's Deputy Commissioner said on Tuesday. An extraordinary increase in the number of fatal shootings this year, with a significant proportion of those shootings arising out of planned police operations. This is what the INDECOM Deputy Commissioner said on Tuesday. So, what you might be missing here is, if the events were planned, then a part of the planning should have been wearing body cameras and everybody turning their body cameras on to deliver accountability right when you're going to do this raid. Now, this isn't like they were caught off guard and they had to shoot back and oops, I didn't have time to turn my body camera on. These are planned operations where everybody would have had time to turn on a body camera. So, meanwhile, for this young man's mother, Lafay Anwright, the explanation has provided very little comfort. I would say no comfort at all. She said to the Jamaica Gleaner that her grief deepened after recognizing her son in the video clip of the raid. The way I grow my child, she said, he was simply following instructions. She insisted that he was not the kind of young man to even confront police. Her words, she said, "Me guarantee you, when him open the door, him say, 'Good evening, officers,' because it's so him steal. 'Good evening, officers,' because it's so him grow." Farguharson, he's a past student of Denby High School and Vere Technical High, had secured employment with the National Water Commission, and he was pursuing entrepreneurial ventures, including a catering and a beekeeping and a welding business. His family and supporters last week staged a protest in Maypen condemning what they labeled a grave injustice and a cold-blooded murder. And I bet you money Jamaica did not come out to support them in numbers, and that family was standing out there protesting on their own. Another reason why it came out to nothing. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Remember, I know, today for me, tomorrow for you. Don't let that go over your head. I'm out. Peace.